Well, we're joined this morning by Mr. Godi Owazuge, who is the former president of Aki Kenga. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Well, the call by the Southeast governors to have Nnamdi Kanu, who's undergoing trial for, as they say, treason. How do we place that call? Does that mean that they want the court cases to over and done with, dropped, or what?
Well, you know that treason trials, treason charges, treason trials are basically political. No lawyer ever sees it straight as what you normally prove beyond reasonable doubt and all. In other words, when there's a treason trial saying that the person is a threat to the state or to the person of the head of state, that is what treason actually talks about. Now, in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, he's charged with trying to bring down the government of Nigeria. There is a threat to the government of Nigeria because he is running a radio station abroad, not in Nigeria. And because of that, they said they want to charge him with all kinds of treasonable things, but you know that treason normally carries death sentence. And any governor who is worth his name, governor, knows that whatever they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu touches the heart of every Igbo man. So when the governors spoke, they were speaking for the Igbos. They were not just speaking for themselves. As the political heads, they knew what they were doing when they made that call. So why was the charge in the first place? Why was it made? Why was it filed? Simply to stop somebody who they see as a threat. Is Nnamdi Kanu a threat? That's the court that will decide.
But there are those who wonder, why do you think it took them this long to make this call?
Well, you know, since President Muhammad Buhari came to power, most governors saw a different kind of regime. Under Jonathan, the governors were abusing Jonathan. None of them was threatened. Under Yar'Adua, they were abusing Yar'Adua, they were not threatened. Under Obasanjo, they abused Obasanjo, and some of them were removed. Most were intimidated. So in this government also, it has taken them time. It has taken them a long time to really find their voice, to speak. And many of us wondered how long it would take them, not whether they will speak. They have spoken, yes, it's better late than never. But if you are a governor representing a state made up of homogeneous people, you should be careful.
What do you think the actions of the Southeast governors, now that they seem to have come together for these calls, what do you think the impact of the actions will be?
Well, I know that when you speak out, people will know where you stand. When you don't speak, people don't know. Now they have spoken, the government at the center knows where the governors of the Southeast stand. We have Attorney General of the Federation and Minister for Justice, who does not really see himself as a minister for justice. He sees himself more as a politician, which is terrible. So I hope he has had them to know that this man who is being tried for phantom treasonable charges, that the governors of the Southeast say, we do not believe you. We, the people of the Southeast, do not believe you, and we do not think there is a fair trial going on. That's the message.
But, you know, some of the governors previously have been quoted saying, well, he needs to drop all of this agitation and the calls, just you through the exuberance. And now the Southeast governors seem to be coming up with this particular voice. Does that mean that this call, perhaps all of their previous or individual opinion, is subsumed under this one?
Well, I think those governors who were making such tentative statements were merely testing the waters. And they got a reaction from the people. They were told in no uncertain terms, you are speaking for yourself. Now the governors have spoken for the people. Nobody actually in his right senses believes that Nnamdi Kanu is a threat to Nigeria. None. He's
why?
Not running,
why do they not believe that he's a threat to Nigeria?
Well, he's not running any radio station in Nigeria.
But the messages that he was churning out seems to suggest that he was putting the country at risk of destabilizing it.
I don't know what you mean by destabilizing. The right to secede is an inborn right. Let me just stress it. You are born as a child. You learn to walk. You learn to sit up on your own. You learn to get married. You learn to move on. Nigeria is an association of various tribes and groups put together in 1914 without our consent by Lord Lugard. Over the years, people have been waiting for somebody to say, do you accept this amalgamation? Do you accept this contraption? And as long as they have not done that, you continue to have this. We have had the Yorubas, we have had the Hausa Fulanis, we have had the TVs, and as of today, the kind of problems going on all around. They are there because people were not asked, do you want to belong? So Nnamdi Kanu is not interested in anybody. He's not running any radio station in Nigeria. What he's saying it abroad.
But
hold on, but there's one that funny thing. Mm-hmm. You have him in prison for running a radio station. Has the radio station stopped? It is there.
But he is the one who said...
Right from prison, right from Kuje prison, he's running the radio station? No.
So is he not the one running it?
Is he running it from prison? Even when he's being tried in court, the radio station is running. Have you ever seen him with a transmitter?
Well, that's why the matter is in court and they're looking at it. But what if they then say that, okay, the Southeast governors, perhaps the condition for this to happen is all of this agitation, as some of them have individually said, is that he has to drop some of these calls, and particularly if he happens to turn violent, he has to drop some of these calls, and then on that condition, he can be released. Do you think he would be willing to accept this, even if the Saudi government say, we accept that condition?
I think it's not a wise thing to give him conditions. If you want to release him, drop the charges. Withdraw the charges. That's why I have Attorney General of the Federation. Do that. For the first time, let that man learn that he is serving the people. Attorney General of the Federation means Attorney General of the people, not just those in power.
But haven't we seen other Attorney Generals act in this particular manner? Hence the call for them to separate both offices.
So far, we have had other ones, but this is the worst we have ever had. Last Sunday, either Saturday or Sunday, I watched him on channels. And the question was this: why do you disobey court orders? He said, if it is in the national interest. In a simple language, he's not a Democrat. Right. If he's a Democrat, he will know that there's something called freedom of expression. He's not the first to exercise it. And this is not the first time we're filing treason charges against people. And they always end up one way.